Hi everyone, my name is Moromubo Ojuola Ogunrinde, popularly known as Mo Esquire, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to Your Lawyer's Corner with Mo. On today's episode of Your Lawyer's Corner with Mo, it's a pleasure to have in our midst to continue on the topic tenancy law, citing Lagos State as a case study, Mr. Jamiu Adewale Esquire. Mr. Jamiu Adewale Esquire, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here more. I really appreciate it.
And we are glad that you honored our invitation.
Thank you.
So, in continuation of what we started the other time, remember I told you that we are still going to bring you back.
Yes.
Because tenancy law is a topic that we cannot finish.
Exactly.
Even if we dedicate 10 episodes for this topic, we are still going to be going over and over and over it again.
Yes.
So today, the first question I have here is, in case of eviction, where a landlord wants to do away with
the tenants.
a tenant,
Okay.
what are the steps to be taken by the landlord?
Okay, thank you, Mo. As I already said the last time, that tenancy law is the law that regulates the relationship between tenants and landlord from the time of taking in till when the relationship ends. Now, eviction is like the relationship is about to end. Now, to evict a tenant, there are some steps that the law has put in place that every landlord should take before you can successfully and legally remove a tenant from your building or from your house. Now, the first is that you get a lawyer. You instruct your lawyer. So your lawyer is going to prepare some documents. It's going to prepare quit notices, and then the 7 days owner's intention to recover possession. Your legal practitioner, your lawyer, is going to prepare all these documents and any other document accidental to before the eviction takes place.
Please, can you elucidate on the notices you have mentioned? You said your lawyer has to prepare it's like you are speaking grammar.
Well, to break it down, the type of tenancy determines the type of notices that will be prepared, as I earlier said.
Thank you for that.
Because some tenants are yearly tenants, some tenants are monthly tenants, some are half-yearly tenants. So for the tenant that is yearly tenant, the law says give him 6 months. But you have to take note of the fact that you have a tenancy agreement. Your tenancy agreement may say otherwise. And that is where the issue lies. Some people will believe that, no, you have to give me 6 months. Some people will believe that you have to give me this month. It depends on what is in your tenancy, because the provision of the law says that subject to your agreement. So it's subject to your agreement. If your agreement says that you should be given 1 month and you have signed the agreement, definitely the agreement will take place, not the tenancy law.
So, do you mean to say that if I'm a yearly tenant, for example,
yes,
and as a yearly tenant, I'm entitled to 6 months notice under the law,
yes,
but the tenancy agreement I signed before moving into the property says otherwise, that it's only 7 days notice that that I will be entitled to in the event of eviction. Are you now saying that the provision of the tenancy agreement supersedes the law?
Because that is your agreement. That is what you have signed.
Okay.
So it is when you don't have the agreement or you don't have that provision in that your agreement, that is when the tenancy law will now come in.
Okay.
But when you have signed an agreement that, okay, give me, it's 3 months that I'm going to be entitled to, 3 months notice or 2 months notice or 1 month notice.
Or 7 days
Or
notice.
even 7 days notice. So your agreement will take place, not the tenancy law, because the tenancy law also subject itself to your agreement.
Wow.
So that is the position
Thanks
of law.
for that clarification.
You're highly welcome.
Thanks for that clarification. Okay. As most people used to think about quit notice, that it must be issued after the expiration of their rent. When can a valid quit notice be issued?
Well, this question always comes up every time. Because tenants believe that after expiration of their rent, that is when the quit notice should be issued to them. But that is not the position of law. The position is that during the pendency of your tenancy, that is when a quit notice should be issued. For instance, somebody that is a yearly tenant, which is entitled under the law to 6 months, for instance, that person, before the 6 months, before the expiration of that 1 year, 6 months before the expiration of the 1 year, the landlord can issue 6 months notice, which will end at the expiration of his tenancy. So at the expiration of the tenancy, the quit notice was also expired. So that person will not be asking for another 6 months, as people usually have the notion that no, after my rent has expired, they will not give me another 6 months. So it is very wrong.
Do you know one funny thing about people?
Okay.
People will tell you, even people that pays monthly,
yes,
they will tell you, after all, I'm entitled to 6 months notice.
That is their belief, but
I think we need to explain to them.
Well, that is not the position of law anyway.
Okay.
People used to believe, for instance, people that are even paying 6 months that are paying 6 months rent, that is, those are the category of half-yearly tenancy. They're only entitled to 3 months.
3 months.
3 months notice. Now, people like that, they still used to have it in mind that they are entitled to 6 months, which is wrong. If a quit notice has been issued to them before the expiration of their 6 months, maybe 3 months before their tenancy expired, so after the tenancy has expired, they're only entitled to 7 days, which is the 7 days owner intention, just to keep them informed that we are taking it to court. They only have 7 days, and after that, they should leave the property, or they should be taken to court.
So, when can a valid quit notice be issued?
So, it's just anytime. A valid quit notice can be issued at any time, even pending that tenancy time. They can issue quit notice. Even they can issue more than the time required by the law, but they should not issue lesser. That is just the position of law. Somebody that is entitled to 6 months, for instance, you can give the person 1 year
to move out.
However, you cannot shorten the date,
okay,
unless your tenancy agreement provide for that.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Jamiu.
You're welcome.
Another question here is that the general view is that taking a tenant to court will take much time.
Yes.
Can we take tenants to police station to recover possession?
Well, according to the law, anybody that tries this, taking a tenant to police or to any other law enforcement agency to bully the tenant, or so, the person has committed an offense, which will only attract six months imprisonment.
Wow.
Or 250,000 naira.
Fine. Wow.
So the best place to go, once you have issued those notices, the quit notice and the 7 days owner's intention to recover possession, then the next place to go is to go to the court. You don't have the right to now go to the tenant and start shouting, started bullying, and committing nuisances in the environment just because you want to evict the tenant. The best place for you is just to go to the court. Though I understand the fact that people think that the court wastes their time, but the court is
that's what the law says.
That's what the law says.
It is what it is.
So they have to bring the matter to the court, and the judex, the judge will have to look at it, listen to both parties before making pronouncements.
Wow.
So that is the position of law.
So, Mr. Jamiu, there is something I really want us to discuss. If me, for example, as a landlord,
Okay.
I'm the owner of my property. I bought my property. I built my property with my hard-earned money.
Okay.
And now, as a tenant in my property, I've served you several notices and you have refused to vacate the premises. And I don't want to go through the rigorous processes of the courts, you know,
Okay.
how it takes time and all of that.
Yes.
You mean I cannot send guys from my area boys, to come and beat you out of my property? It is my property we are talking about here.
Yes.
And also, you mean I cannot make life unbearable for you in my property? Like, okay, if I should remove the roof of the property, won't you pack out of the property? You will, definitely.
Yes.
Are you saying that it is not legal, or I don't have the right as a landlord to do anything I like with my property?
Well, the position of law is very clear on this. Whenever you take a tenant in, the tenant has the right to use that property. And when its tenancy expired, you also have a right to take this tenant to the court.
But I don't want to go through that.
But that is what the law says. Any other thing apart from you taking the tenant to court to evict the tenant, it will mean that you are acting illegally, which is a crime.
And who can sue me for that?
The tenant has the right to sue you.
On my own property?
Yes, he still has the right to sue you.
Are you
because you
for
cannot
real?
make life unbearable for him when you left your own side undone. Your duty is to go to court and evict him. You cannot do that. The tenant has the right to sue the landlord for that.
Hey.
Because he's still in the property, he still has the rights within that property. So you cannot come and say you want to. Some people will remove the roof. They will remove the roof. Some people will cut off the lights, cut off the water to make life unbearable for the tenant, so that at least when it gets to a particular point, he will go out by himself. It is not done. It is a crime under the law.
Dear landlords, you cannot do anything outside of the law.
Okay.
You can only go to the court to evict a hearing tenant.
Yes.
I hope you have understood. Thank you for dealing with this topic handsomely. We appreciate your presence, and we know that if we call you again and again and again, you would honor us. And from the crew of Your Lawyer's Corner with Mo, we have this token as an appreciation of love to you for coming on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming. And that is it on today's episode of Your Lawyer's Corner with Mo. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your comments in the comment section. Please, I beg you, invite your friends and families to subscribe to this channel just to support your favorite lawyer girl. Thank you so much once again, and always remember, don't just get mad, get a lawyer. Thanks for watching. Bye.